Today I'm going to discuss how to figure out the force Q at the origin of the universe. Previously I explained how can we figure out the universe's origin consisted of light, mass and time. Similarly here also we should know how to figure it out. Then only our wisdom awakens, and you can experience, you can go to the universe's origin. Now we know that universe originated in a vacuum, and before the origination of the universe there was no universe and there was only a vacuum, and then the origination took place from three elements: light, mass and time, and it also took place in the vacuum. And this origination took place a boundless time ago, and also this universe's origin exists forever. It exists today also at the origin and at an infinite distance away from us. And here we know that no matter or mind exists. Then after that, these three elements, light, mass and time, they arrange in three perpendicular planes. Now, how should we figure out the force cube is, now at the beginning there was no universe, no direction, no mass, no people, no mind, no matter, nothing is there. There's only a vacuum. Then the universe itself establishes, builds up the theories and creates the universe. So imagine that now in a vacuum. Now if there is nothing to see or nothing exists there, then how can something is built up? So that is how we also figure out the force cube. We also have to think the way that the universe thought. What should be the next step of the creations? So how should the universe think? How did the universe think for the next step in order to continue the existence? What are the things that the universe has to establish first of all? What methodology or what type of some arrangement that the universe has to build up at first? So because there's nothing now. For an example, now when we go to the space, so when you go to sky, space, deep space, then where there's no sun, you can't see any sun or you can't see any earth, only the space is there, then you can't figure out, you can't define any direction there, north, south or east, west. You can't define anything, you can't understand, figure out anything there, because no objects to be seen. So therefore the universe was also like that. Then it has to start from nothing, that is from the vacuum, and continue the creations. The first step is, then first, second, then third one. What does the universe do? It arranges the light, mass and time in three perpendicular planes. Now, three perpendicular planes. Now, initially light, mass and time, they existed together. They existed as a single creation. Existed in the sense they exist today as well, because it has to exist forever. The origin, because we all are connected to it. then it has to be an everlasting origin. And so then and also now as the third step, the origin, the light, mass and time at the origin, they arrange in 3 perpendicular planes. Then it doesn't mean that once this arrangement takes place, this is transferred to this. No, there is nothing like that. This is also remained and this is also remained. Both remain at the same time. Once the universe comes to this step, origin as well as this perpendicular arrangement, this is the perpendicular origin, this is the unique origin, both exist. But what will happen in our world? In our world now, if we, now let's say we have a clay ball, then then when we make a square out of that, we won't have the clay ball, we have the square. So there is no clay ball anymore. But at the origin, completely different, because now this is not something made out of matter. It's the wisdom, the universal wisdom. And so universal wisdom has light, mass and time at the origin. Then according to the universal wisdom, the next step is it's the new step, new methodology, new creation is this perpendicular arrangement. That's also a wisdom. That's also the universal wisdom. And this wisdom knows about this. The perpendicular arrangement knows about the unique origin. Because this and this both take place in the vacuum. In the vacuum, I've explained the vacuum, universe and space in a separate video. That's very important. You can watch that too here, because it's very important. Understanding the space, vacuum and universe is very important to figure out these things. Actually, we need to understand the space world, but that we live clearly. Then we can understand the universe, and then we can understand the vacuum. So now, vacuum is the field to grow the universe, and as these creations take place in the vacuum, there is the universal interconnected wisdom. This arrangement knows about this because everything is interconnected as they exist in the vacuum. Universal interconnected wisdom. Then now we can see that now at the universe's origin there's no sun, moon and no directions. Also, so when it comes to this arrangement, perpendicular arrangement creation, they go to an independent existence. Previously, we cannot distinguish light, mass and time. Light exists as mass, mass exists as time, time exists as light. But now they go to an independent existence. Now this is the first universal law, that is, if in any creation, if anything exists together, then it has to separate. It exists together, now separation. And then this separation, so now we must think the way that the universe thought this step. So when the separation takes place, this separation doesn't happen very slowly. it happens, the separation happens at once, instantaneously. Because after this creation, this origin exists a boundless time in the universe, and then when it is fully matured in the universe, that means when the whole universe, now the universe is created, so the whole universe knows about this. That means the wisdom of the origin is spread over the whole universe when this exists over boundless time. Then after that, when this matures to the required level, that means now as this is the origin and every creation in the universe is connected to this, then this has to be the most strongest, powerful, everlasting creation. Because if anything happens, if this is a weak creation at the beginning, then the entire creation can be destroyed. The creations will be very poor, not very strong creations. The creations may not exist over infinite time. So they easily undergo destructions. Then the universe cannot build up the consequent creations. So that is why this is the purest state of the universe, and it's the most strongest, powerful state of the universe. So those characteristics has to be there for the universe's unique origin. Because creating a universe is not a simple thing. Now see the universal wisdom. Now universe has to consider all those factors. This has to exist forever, and therefore this cannot be destroyed. So this has to be the strongest creation. So based on this only all those creations will take place. So all those things that universe has thought, the universe wisdom knows all those things. We can't even imagine what the universe does, what the universe has done for the existence, continuous existence, everlasting existence of the universe. So now you also have to think the way that the universe thought. Universe considered these factors. That is why when it comes to the fully matured state, they quickly and instantaneously all these three elements go to an independent existence. Then one element, light, one component has its unique plane, and mass also has its unique plane. And the perpendicular arrangements. Why do we consider the perpendicular characteristic in mathematics? Because that is to, now if you take x and y coordinate planes, because that is to analyze one component independent from the other. So here the universe, the light, mass and time, they go to an independent existence. No, light doesn't depend on mass doesn't depend on time, so everything is independent. Then and also when the separation takes place, setting up in three perpendicular planes take place, that creation step, the universe, the light doesn't, the time doesn't go halfway along this direction. It goes up to its full extension, and it spreads up to its full plane, over its full space. Space means full plane. And this also completely goes to its plane and not halfway gone. That means time spreads today and after some time the mass spreads. No, all three things arranged, set up in three planes at once, at the same moment. And now these are the forces, light, mass and time are the forces. And so now we see some directions. Previously, now universe didn't have any directions, because in our world we define the directions with respect to the sun or with respect to some object. But here no objects, nothing is there. Then the light sets up in the vertical direction and mass goes into the plane and time goes here. We can go deeper, but first to figure out this at this stage, this is more than enough. And light, direction of light exists upward. Now this is the upward direction. Now it's done. The universe has created the upward direction. Creating a direction is a very big step, a very big achievement for the universe, because no directions were there. So, and whatever the universe sets up, all those things, all those creations exist. Creations are everlasting. If now it has set up this light, direction of light upward, so that upward direction will never change. It exists forever. Later the direction of light downward, no, it won't change the direction. That is because these are everlasting creations. If at the beginning itself, if things undergo changes, then we can't have a continuous everlasting existence in the universe. Then yes, now we can understand that in terms of planes also. The bottom plane, OEDC, is the light plane, and OABC, this plane is the time plane, and this one, AFEO, is the mass plane. So in terms of planes also we can understand. When they arrange in three perpendicular planes, this arrangement, to block this arrangement, to obstruct this arrangement, there's no resistive force, no person to obstruct this, because this is happening in a vacuum, and there's no attraction forces such as the gravitational attraction force acting here, because no planets or sun or moon created there. The only three elements, light, mass and time, and the light is not created by a source such as the moon in our world. Our world light is a dependent one, but at the universe's origin it's the wisdom light which is independent from everything. And the time, our world time, we receive the time when the earth revolves around the sun. So it's dependent time, that is, it's traveling, elapses. But this time is not originated by any rotational motion. There's no motion at the universe's origin here, because all these things are happening in a vacuum, and this is independent time, everlasting time. And mass is also independent here. It's collecting things in the universe. So all these three things are independent, and all three things are dependent from each other and exist in a vacuum, hence no restrictions or resistive forces to obstruct this creation. But when it comes to our world, if we throw a ball upward, it undergoes resistive forces. So it never goes up continuously. It can travel only up to a certain height, and then because of the air resistance. So those resistive forces, those kind of resistive forces are not there at the universe's origin. And about this perpendicular arrangement in three planes. This is how the universe arranged, because as there's no other attraction forces acting on light, mass and time, they can exist. The time can exist vertically, and this plane also can exist along in that direction. This is existing, the bottom plane is existing independently, but when it comes to our earth, in our world, due to the gravitational attraction, this 3D setup collapses. And then that is why when we are asked to arrange three things in our world, we always arrange it in a triangle or along a straight line. The perpendicular independent existence doesn't exist here, because our existence depends on the sun, moon, and we want food also. We can't survive, we can't live without food. We want air, we want oxygen to breathe in, otherwise we die. And so we depend on so many factors. Even when it comes to plants, they need water, fertilizer, light, and they need carbon dioxide gas, so to live continuously. So the trees are also dependent. But universe's origin, all three things, whatever they exist there, only these three things, they are independent. That is why they can exist in perpendicular planes without a plane structure. In our world, all those things arrange in a plane structure or in a linear straight line arrangement. That is how actually our brain is also used to. That's why our brain is not used to this. This is at the universe's origin, and this is in our world. This is how our brain works. And so that is why even mathematicians, scientists, everyone undergoes those restrictions in the on Earth. So that's why this trigonometry has come to explain those plane structures. And this arrangement is the everlasting, immortal arrangement, because it represents the immortality. These worlds, our worlds, are dead worlds. Dead worlds means we depend on everything. Also, when we awaken the wisdom by studying this, exploring, when your brain awakens, you also can go to the universe's origin through the wisdom, and then you also will experience these characteristics at the universe's origin. You don't have to depend on now. Yes, of course you live in this world now. You are bound to you depend on Mentally you are dependent, physically also you are dependent in this world. Here, when you awaken the brain, you cannot physically go to the universe's origin. You also experience, experience the immortality, and your work is also cannot be obstructed, because your brain is functioning according to the way that universe's origin characteristics. It's an immense wisdom, unrealistic content, but that's the truth. We have to speak out the truth. And you also have no restrictions once your brain awakens and you experience the universe's origin. So our world creations are dead creations. They cannot build up things in their own. They need the support of everything. But here at the universe's origin, this step, after this step itself goes to the next creation, because these are living creations. They can build up. So that is why now after this I am going to the creation of the force cube also. The force cube is the base of all the creations in the universe, and it continuously keeps creating things. You will understand it little by little. If it stops the creations at the origin, then we will not be able to continue our creations. We will not be able to live. We will not receive universe's origins energy for us to exist. So there is a very extraordinary supernatural mechanism or the universal wisdom, universal sciences function at the universe's origin in order to maintain the continuity of creations. Continuous energy supply, light, mass and time has to be there from the origin up to this world, this very moment. So there's such a very strong connection that the universe is maintaining. Those kind of things are not happening in our world. So our worlds are dead worlds. Our DNA also, the cross section of the DNA is a plane structure. That is how this world creations have taken place. And the other thing is, when we drop three objects, let's say three glass balls onto the floor, then they also arrange in a triangular shape. They go to three places, or sometimes, very rarely, they go to a straight line, set up in a straight line. Most of the cases they go to three places. So we are bound to this world. We are bound to the restrictions, attraction forces. We are bound to the light, time and mass of this world. And that is why now we undergo limited times. Our time is limited, restricted, because a day has 24 hours. One day is limited to, bound to 24 hours. Then week has 7 days. Month has 31 days. 1 year has 12 months. Then finally our life also has only a limited number of years to live. So we all undergo restrictions. We have obstacles. We don't have eternal existence in this world because we are bound to so many attractions. And the sun and moon, they control the time of our Earth's time. At the universe's origin, the light, mass and time, they don't merge, they don't combine with other light doesn't combine with mass, mass doesn't combine with or merge with, or according to chemistry they don't react with other time or mass, they don't react with each other. But in our world, that is why we use chemistry, because in chemistry we study about compounds. Compounds means everything is combined together chemically. They have reacted with each other and made compounds. Those compositions, compounds only we use. And we are also, our body is also made out of those compounds, composition. It is composed of various things. Various elements are combined together. So how can we have an independent existence on earth? Not at all.